two separate? I think I got
It's on the
two.
back.
I think I got two.
Oh, did you get two of these? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 3.
Has everybody got it?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody need a pen? Does anybody have what they need? And again, you don't have to take notes, but I just kind of created it so that if you wanted to use it that way. And then, of course, I'm recording, so in the future you'll have the CD. All right, everybody feeling ready?
Mm-hmm. So are we doing this?
Nope, we're going to do it.
Oh.
This is the back. So it's this. But I'm gonna walk you through it.
So we're going to fill it out?
Yep.
See, I was thinking, this is maybe the compulsive part of me, that I would go home and make copies of the blank.
Right. You know, I didn't bring
Like
blanks.
a piece of blank paper to
You
write
know,
on?
actually, I have blank paper,
Okay.
so is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Use blank paper. And that's sort of what I thought is I thought you could fill it out here and use blank paper later, or use blank paper and have that. I'm happy to make you extra copies. Yes. I almost did, and then I didn't.
I mean, if anybody wants a piece of blank paper.
No.
So the other thing is, if you don't have to, but if you can, see if you can. I didn't go into this more, but the physical sensations, not always, but are typically between here and there. So, and you can think of the language we use. You know, my heart aches. I've got knots in my stomach. So we actually have this sort of amazing nervous system of sensation that does physiologically relate to our emotions, right? So, you know, depression, the weight of the world is on my shoulders, right? So we have this language for our emotions that is in our bodies, but we haven't ever really learned to listen to our bodies, right? So as I went through this training, I started sometimes recognizing a tightness in my belly before I knew what the emotion was. Oh. And then this is we're gonna go into much more detail of actually like having a little conversation with it. So. Is everybody ready? Okay. So let's just start with closing our eyes, doing a few grounding, centering breaths to be here now. Just feeling your breath in and out. Noticing if it's fast or slow, shallow or deep. Whatever it is in this moment is just fine. As you breathe in and out, just notice if your ribs lift and lower. Is there movement in your belly? Be aware of the support of your pelvis in the chair or your bed, your feet on the floor. Is there support behind your back? Notice any sounds in the room. And then just begin with the question, how am I now? How am I feeling? And what am I feeling? Is there an emotion that's really up for you, that's available for you to really sense in? And maybe if you were talking to a good friend, you'd say, I am feeling, fill in the blank. And then let yourself shift that statement. Something in me is feeling. And then just listen in. Listen into your throat and your chest, around your stomach and belly. And just see if there's something there that wants to be seen or known or sensed or felt. And it might even surprise you. And if it seems right, you can put a hand or your hands on that place just to let it know, I'm here. I'm here for you. The bigger you is here to help take care of those parts of you that are feeling challenged, that may not be understood by others in your world. Something in me. And then just take a little pause. If you're going to write anything down, and you can write down the I feel and the something in me. Just make a little note of it. You can write down, only if you want to, you can always come back to it later as well. Where do you feel it in your body? And more importantly, what is the sensation? Again, it might be tightness, or it might feel ropey, or it might feel like a balloon, or bubbles. It could be anything. Let it surprise you. Let those sort of creative images of the way the body speaks come to you. And if it's right, you can just write them down on your worksheet. And the more you feel into it, the more you may feel. Just being with it, it may begin to shift or change. You might feel the tension tightening or softening, expanding. You might notice that it starts in one part of your trunk and you can kind of feel it moving in the direction of another part. One part of you might feel one way and another part might feel another way. Infinite possibilities. No rules, no right, no wrong. Just how you're experiencing that something in you right now in this moment. You might come back to it at a different time, and the sensation or the place for the sensation might be completely different. Or it might be the same. And as you rest with these sensations, ask that something in you, if you can spend more time with it. Make sure that all of you is okay with you being with it. These parts of you are not so used to you spending time with you. They might even be afraid. They might be guarded. They might not be ready. So it's good to respect that. Like meeting a frightened child. That frightened child may not come running into your arms initially. And it might be at moments when you think of how you've treated it that that might make sense. Give it time, give it space. But if it's feeling right to continue to be there, ask that something in you. What would you like me to know? What can you tell me? And just listen. What is there? It may be very quiet. It may have a lot to say. And again, you can decide if just being with it and listening to it quietly is enough, or if you want to take some notes on your worksheet. If it's given you some useful information, you can also ask, is there anything more? Is there anything more? I'm here. No hurry. What else do you want me to know? You might also ask, if it seems right to you, how can I help? Is there anything I can do to help? Don't ask that question, though, if you don't want to hear what it has to say. How can I help? Just coming back, creating the space, noticing if the sensations are the same, if they've shifted or changed. What wants to be known? Is there anything you can do to help? When it seems right, thank that part of you for letting itself be known, felt, seen. And if it's right for you, let it know you'll be back. You care, you want to listen, and you'll be back. And once you've thanked that part of yourself, just come back to your breathing, back to the room, back to the other sensations in your body, your breath, your ribs, the support of your bottom and your feet. Any sounds inside or outside the room. And in your own time, just bring yourself back. And you can make any final notes to yourself that will be helpful. Thank you.